So, as most of you know, I've been dealing with epilepsy for, roughly 8 years now, give or take. And they may have found a way to stop my seizures for good with a kind of, they say, non-invasive brain surgery. Now, as I understand what they do, it's either a 5 millimeter or a 2 millimeter needle. I don't remember which, but they insert it, and then with lasers, they cauterize the part of my brain that makes me go wonky. Now, brain surgery is terrifying, I have to say, but I figure if anything goes wrong, all it's going to do is unlock my mutant superpowers, right? So, hey, we're all good. And in January, I go in for testing to make sure they know actually where the target is, which I think is a very good idea. I want them, before they actually start monkeying with my head meats, to know exactly where to zap. So, because of that, and because I don't know when or even if the brain surgery will happen. I mean, for all I know, the neurosurgeon's going to be like, well, we can take you in a year and a half, or, hey, how's next week for you? I don't know which. But it basically means that a lot of things in my life have to be put on hold. For example, I was thinking about getting PRK surgery on my eyes. I can't do LASIK for various reasons, mostly because of how bad my eyes actually are, but PRK is a possibility. And so I was thinking about doing that, and I'd been saving up a whole bunch of money. And by the way, if you're a Patreon patron, thank you for that. But now it looks like, because they're going to say, hey, don't do this and this so close together. That's just bad news. So now I'm taking some of the money I've been saving up for that, and I went on a brief spending jag for myself, but I've also bought some extra lighting. Well, ordered some extra lighting. It's still on the way, to light the green screen better, because some of you may have noticed that I haven't been using the green screen much, and part of that is because I haven't been able to light it properly. There's all these shadows that fuck around with the chroma key effect, and it's just not the best thing in the world. So I have decided to invest in more lighting. Pretty cheap stuff, but it does get the job done. But that's not the only thing that I feel like I've had to put on hold, because I've also thought about, most of you have met my cat, Columbia, and I've thought, maybe she's a little lonely, and I thought about getting her a sibling. Now, I've always wanted an orange cat, one of those like short hair orange tabbies, because I've never had a cat whose colors were anything other than white, black, or brown. I've never had a really colorful kitty. So I've been thinking about doing that, and as I understand it, an older female cat and a younger male cat is the best combination for making cats get along. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But if I'm going to go in for testing and then brain surgery, it doesn't make sense to do this cat now, because I'm not going to be here to bond. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So again, there's something else that has to be put on hold. And I'm sure there's other things. Although, at the same time, with this whole surgery thing, to be able to actually eat ginger again, ginger triggers my seizures. So does caffeine, and there's a few other things. And to be able to do that again, to be able to drive a car again, would be great. Not that I can really afford a car, but you get the idea. So it still seems like a great benefit, something I really should do, despite the, I hesitate to call them hardships, let's say inconvenience of having to shove all this stuff to the side for a while. So, decisions, right? But still, I wish I didn't have to put all this stuff on hold.